Chamath, Oprah and Elon, Part 4. I'm still listening to Chamath videos, but I'm starting to listen to Oprah videos also. And I want to talk a little bit about Oprah and some of the things I'm noticing in her videos. So 2 words come to mind with Oprah. One is centered / certainty. That's 2 words, but I'm putting them together into 1 word. And the second is spiritual. And I think all 3 words are kind of related, but let me give you some of the takeaways of what I'm learning about her. I mean, obviously I've known a lot about Oprah, but trying to study her a little bit more intensely and tune into her energy and her insights and her wisdom. So in terms of centeredness and clarity, and I think Oprah is a very grounded individual in terms of like her own substance and her own being and what she believes. Like even in her magazine, the last page is what I know for sure. And I think the clarity and the centeredness and the certainty comes from her spiritual faith and beliefs, that she sees that God has moved in her life and taken her to greatness. I mean, everybody has greatness, but it's taken her to greatness where people recognize her greatness. And one person's not better than another, but people have realized how she's really, actualized her potential to a high level. Like I remember one interview with her, she talked about rising above expectations, that one of her relatives told her she's going to be hanging clothes in the clothesline, just like, some of her other relatives. And Oprah's thinking to herself, no, I'm not. Like Oprah said, she grew up, poor, very poor in Mississippi. And but she always visioned herself as she read books, and the books opened up worlds of possibilities of what she could be. I did a video on certainty, and I said that not arrogance, not recklessness, but certainty, is the key to success in this world. One of them, self-discipline and a few other things, integrity. There's a few different keys to success, but certainty is the key to success because there's that famous expression I like to say, you may have heard me say it before, that when 2 people come together in good faith, when 2 people come together and interact in good faith, something like that, that the one who is more certain to a greater degree influences the one that is less certain. We live in a world, a competition of ideas, a marketplace of ideas, whatever you want to think of it. Thoughts are things, and everything that you think is kind of competing against your own thoughts and the thoughts of other people to see, what will happen. Democracy is an idea, capitalism is an idea, socialism is an idea. Sometimes ideas get merged together, or it's not always winner take all, but like we have capitalistic and socialistic elements, in our society, and they coexist. And Oprah, she's very grounded. She's very powerful. She talks about like how when she was 20, in her 20s, she gave up her powers to men, and then she realized that she had to own her own power, and not in a selfish or egotistical way, but kind of in a grounded and empowering way. And I see her in interviews. It's just like she's really can't be rattled. I think anybody that really is grounded in their truth, cannot be really rattled, because the world rattles you, the storms rattle you when you're on shaky ground. Like if your foundation is like, 20 feet of cement, then the wind comes and the wind goes, and that's why we have bunkers and we have fortresses and we have, whatever, some buildings are earthquake prone. It's really tough materials that, that's why trials make you stronger, because it's like you get hardened, not hardened in terms of your heart, but hardened in terms of like, being immune to criticism, being immune to, other people's judgments and things like that. And Oprah, I'm going to add another word. Oprah is very like independent in her thinking and original in her thinking. Like I think that she has a lot of creativity, but she's also, not a people pleaser, which is hard to do when you're so much in the public eye. Like I don't think she takes controversial stands, but I think she takes stands of integrity And I think there's a lot to be learned from Oprah. I mean, I think that Oprah kind of reminds me of like Joe Montana in the sense of like they make the people around them better. I think Oprah believes in other people, but she also holds people to a high level of standard of excellence because she holds herself to a high level of excellence and everything that she is associated with. I mean, I'm the same way. I think it's more of an unconscious thing. Like if you attract the right people, it's kind of like attracts to like. It's not even a force thing. It's just like everybody that gets together at a high level reinforces each other. That's why I think in business, a critical mass of good people is a huge competitive advantage because the best people want to work with the other best people. And I think the reason why there's a good chance, very good chance that I'll wind up working with Chamath and Oprah and Elon, possibly all together and possibly, separately, is because it's an energy thing. It's like, Bob Proctor says that the same levels of frequency always come together. It's true. Like if you tune your radio to a station that has a certain frequency, then it just tunes that frequency. And I think, as I study more and grow and feel resonating with Oprah's and Elon's and Chamath's frequency, I mean, it's free will. I mean, I might decide not to work with them and they might decide not to work with me, but people that are on the same energy, that have the same like-mindedness, they like to help each other because it's kind of like I can understand them and they can understand me. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is, if God intends it, really, world leading and revolutionary. I mean, Oprah, it's not totally up to the person. It's you can do your best and it can still, but if people appreciate it, it's really something that's never been done before. And Oprah said once when she signed a contract that I forget which contract it was. I think for her Oprah show or whatever, she took control of it. Like the way the contract was, the smartest people make the most money because they believe in themselves. They bet on themselves. Like Elon, he structured it so that he doesn't get paid anything, I think, in salary, or very little or nothing. But it's like, if the company wins, he makes billions and billions of dollars. And Oprah, she bet on herself and her show, and she wound up, I saw one show, I think she was worth like $3 billion. She might be worth more now, I know. I'm not sure. But, I don't like to say worth because our worth is not dependent upon our net worth. But, if you bet big on yourself, I anticipate, there's no guarantees, but I anticipate being worth many billions of dollars because the content that I've produced is so valuable. And, Chamath talks about his plan for 2045 where he wants to produce $1 trillion of value. I forget who was the famous person that said that if you want to be a billionaire, help 1 billion people. I've heard Peter Diamandis say it, but I don't know if somebody said it before him. And Zig Ziglar famously said that you can get anything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. So, life is exciting when you're growing. Life is exciting when you're attracting the right things and the right people. And I'm so excited about the potentiality of working with Oprah.